fight of the night, his grappling match, and won the title. You know, guys, again, you know, we talk about every show, but the ability of youth competitors to train, to cut weight, I mean, they're so disciplined. I was very impressed with the way he followed the game plan. I don't think we talked about that enough in the last show of Maddox's breakdown, but you know, the kid that Maddox was fighting had a great guillotine, as evidenced by the previous fight, and we talked about, you know, go over body, and I was real proud of that.
I think too, you know, 7, 8 years old, I believe is what they was. Maddox 8, I think that kid was maybe 8, 7, not sure. But you know, with the nerves going in, the crowd was high, the music was loud. You know, I could see, I'd look down, Maddox is shaking.
Maddox was nervous.
He was nervous, you know.
I could tell.
He's competed a lot, but he was nervous, and I think the thing that brought the nerves to him this time was family, friends, teammates from all over.
It was
had a lot of support, and to go in there and stay true to the game plan, that was impressive to me. I was happy with that, for him to listen to his coach and get the throw, and I was happy with it.
You know, we did it a few times, you know, so very proud of that. Man, UFC news, you know, it's daily stuff, man, coming out. Dana White, of course, he's Dana White, and he's always doing things.
He's a workhorse, man.
He's a workhorse. Miesha Tate saying she's retiring.
I've been following that a lot, man. Miesha was one of my, during her and Rousey feud.
Yeah.
I really I liked Miesha Tate during that whole Ultimate Fighter thing. I couldn't stand Rousey's attitude, and I thought, well, man, I'm gonna follow. And not to mention, she's good looking. She's good looking, in my opinion. But before she even made the announcement, I don't know if you got a chance to saw this. Before she even made the announcement to the world on the microphone, cameras picked her up talking to her boyfriend. Is it Brian Caraway? Is that his name?
I think so. Yeah.
Talking to him over in the corner, and as soon as she went over to the corner, you know, she's saying, "I'm done. My heart's not into it." He's trying to talk her out of it. She's not having it. And then Brian does an interview a couple days later and said, "Miesha's not been the same for months. She's not. Her training's not there. Her heart's not there." And I think if that's the case, at that level of fighting, it's time you get out. If your heart's not into it, she's done some good things. You know, she was the first person really to create that rivalry with Ronda Rousey that people knew about. She helped build the sport. Even though
she was doing a lot of things before Ronda Rousey was.
Strikeforce, man, and
she was, and a lot of people say, well, Ronda Rousey's he put it on the map. Well, she may have, I guess, but man, Miesha. Much credit to Miesha Tate. You know, the thing I like about Miesha Tate is, you know, like my little girl looks up to her.
She's respectful.
You know, she really likes Miesha Tate. Like she just, I think she's a great role model, and you never really see her break from her, you know, from being classy. She stays classy, and
she even tried to give, you know, after that last fight with Rousey, you know, fight was over. She lost. You know, she lost, but she offered a handshake, and she got a middle finger in return.
Yeah.
But you know, that's to me that was a class act move on her. I'm really going to miss the kiss on the bicep at weigh-ins. You know, that was kind of trademark Miesha Tate. You knew you was going to get a kiss on the bicep.
Miesha Tate is just an excellent fighter, and but what Miesha Tate does is what, you know, I'm sure it's what she feels best to be done. So. Going to miss Miesha Tate stepping in the octagon. Maybe she'll reconsider and come back out and fight a fighter too. I don't know. Who knows? You know.
I thought about that. Now, her and Dana White had a scuffle.
Yeah, a little scuffle.
So
there.
yeah, I feel that's something that needs to be talked about. Post fight, supposedly, and I don't know this to be. I know this happened, but I don't know, you know, when, where. But eventually, apparently, Miesha was hurt. Maybe suffered a broke nose. She ate some jabs, and Dana is telling her, "Hey, you need to go to the hospital." Now, this is post-retirement, you know. You need to go to the hospital. She's aggravated. Maybe been some issues with contracts, something down the line that Miesha was wanting to get off her chest.
Yeah.
She basically told Dana White, you know.
He wanted to go to the hospital, kind of, all right.
And she said, "F you, you're not my boss no more."
Right.
That was what come out of her mouth was, "You're not my boss no more. I don't answer to you. I don't listen to you."
Get out,
and use some very strong words that I don't want to say on there. You know?
So we got Misha Tate states she's retiring. I think that gets under Rousey's skin, because I think Ronda Rousey still sees Misha Tate as not an easy win, but I think she looks at her as a win. And
Times are getting
now
worse for Rousey.
Rousey's, she's stepping up now, and no matter really where she goes, she's looking at a beast.
Yeah, I think times is getting worse for Rousey. I mean, you got the only potential fights that people want to see with Rousey is this championship fight coming up that she could lose. Chris Cyborg, that I believe she will lose.
Yeah.
And then everybody wants the Holly Holm rematch.
Yeah.
And if she rematches Holly Holm, she's going to lose again.
I
That's
think
my
that's
opinion.
a very good possibility.
She has no path to go now.
It's tough for Ronda. So I think Misha Tate jumping out really throws a curveball at Ronda Rousey. I think her choices are now very, very limited. So we'll see what happens there. It's kind of interesting that Conor was offered. Is it now?
And
Truth lies and everything in between, folks.
Yeah,
But,
I'm very new to this. This is something that broke this morning. Conor post-fight against for the championship there, grabbed the microphone at the club, starts talking, maybe a little drunk, who knows. I want $100 million to fight Mayweather. In boxing, he's not man enough to fight me in a real fight. And if I fight UFC again, this was actually post-fight press conference plus again. I'm not fighting until I get my share of the UFC. I've earned it. I want part ownership, or I'm not fighting anymore. Turns out today, I didn't even know this. Mark Wahlberg owns a portion of UFC.
And that goes back to what Conor was saying.
Everybody's got their
people's
part.
got a stake in UFC,
And I thought that was funny because I was completely unaware of that. But apparently, if you don't know Mark Wahlberg, movie star, owns part of the UFC, comes out today and says he's willing to do a deal. This is where it's shady at. I don't know if he said he's willing to sell it, do a deal with it, maybe give him part to keep fighting because he knows they'll both win. Because think about it. And I believe this. Without Conor McGregor, I don't see the UFC climbing any more than where it is right now.
Yeah,
he
there's
broke.
nobody else coming through the line that's going to be like a Conor would with ticket sales and shows. I mean, he brings so much.
And I don't know. This is like I said, truth, lies, everything in between. I saw today Conor McGregor, as far as pay-per-view buys, has beat GSP and Brock Lesnar combined.
Wow.
So that goes to tell you what level he's on right now.
Better start listening to Conor.
So as bad as I hate to say it, I like Conor when he's not fighting Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz always going to be my guy. But Conor is calling shots right now.
Conor's calling shots.
He's in the spot too.
He's in the spot. He earned the
When
spot.
I'm not apologizing to nobody.
That's right.
The two champ.
He's got two belts.
The
man.
two belts,
So Conor and Mark Wahlberg. I mean, who saw that coming? Mark Wahlberg's offering Conor McGregor his share of the UFC. So we'll see how that plays out. And will the owners, will Dana, will they step in and say no, you can't do that? Or I don't see how they could do it. It's this is capitalism, man.
Yeah, I think it's a smart move to give him a share.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
if
let
you
the
want
guy
him to fight again.
Think about it. I mean, people who like an NBA guy. Okay, last night sinks a game-winning shot. And guess how he performs, or guess how he celebrates? Doing the Conor McGregor walk.
Yeah,
it's getting everybody knows Conor
Conor's
McGregor.
like a brand.
He's a brand
Yeah.
now.
So, man, big stuff there. So we've come up with this sort of kind of and we're going to have a board soon. We've got one hand on this wall, but
You can't see it.
you can't see it, and it's hard to get in the set here. Our beautiful set that's sponsored by soda and water and coffee. And we're going to do, list things.
You know what would be cool is if we had like something like a cloth that hung from here, and it said like our name of our show. See what
Yeah,
I'm
we
saying?
need
It
a
hung
banner.
down. Right in front of the table. That way it hides our legs.
This is how we literally planned the show. Like we planned to do the show 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago. And see, it would hide our
We're
legs.
20 minutes in.
And I could do it with shoes on. No shoes on. I could do it in my underwear. I could do the show how I want to.
We could do
Yeah.
that anyway. I mean, who cares? It's our show, right?
For sure. If you don't like it.
I don't know if we get the media badges we're trying to get them. Anyway, so we come up with 2 guys that we feel may in the future be UFC bound. So, you know, UFC, man, they need some stars, man. And Ryan, who you got?
Well, this guy's already a star for what he's done over in Bellator, but I think eventually we'll see that UFC jump, and I think when he makes the jump to UFC, where he's not going to be building himself up. People already know this guy in the MMA community as Michael Page, Venom. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy is pulling Anderson Silva style knockouts. You know, he's dancing, he's bobbing and weaving. They can't touch him. He seems impossible to hit right now, and he's getting walk-off knockouts, highlight reels constantly. You'll see this guy in UFC soon competing for maybe possibly a #1 contender spot right out of the gate. That's what kind of noise I believe that guy's bringing.
So, okay, so Michael Page, Ryan's got Michael Page as his first guy. Man, I really don't know if my first pick has an interest in UFC. So I want to say that right off the bat. But man, as far as talent, skill, and performance goes, Rafael Lovato Jr. Okay, and now I'm a huge Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, sport Jiu-Jitsu fan. I mean, I like to follow the World Championships, the Pan Ams, the old Brazil games, and the Brazil Championships, all the tournaments and the big time names, and just the gi Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I really like to follow that. I think Rafael Lovato Jr., what he's done in Legacy has been pretty cool. He's 4-0. 3 of his wins are by submission, which just goes to his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's a big gi guy, but he does no gi. He's won the Worlds, the Pan Ams, and I think the Brazilian national championships there, whatever, Brasilio, I don't know how you say it. But he's done the 3 kind of big events that he's won. He's an American that I think he's the first American to ever do that. He's super great black belt. He's under Saulo Ribeiro, the Ribeiro organization. Really, I mean, he's so cool too. I just chatted with him on Facebook one day. I mean, he's super cool, super humble. He wrote a little thing on my son's fan page that we made for him, just a motivational thing, because his dad helped him train. He was a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy and got him into it at a young age. I like the story. I like the character. I think Rafael Lovato Jr. would be a great UFC fighter, and I think he would have some really good success because he's not only mixed his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu into the. I mean, he's got good stand-up too. He's put the work in. So that's my
Going back to Michael Page, talk a little bit about. I didn't really talk about his record. He's 11-0 in MMA, 1-0 in kickboxing, a 5th degree Dan black belt, I believe is what they call it in kickboxing. Phenomenal fighter though. Just I think 7 of his 11 wins are by knockout, 3 by submission, and 1 decision. But that's why I think he's going to be. And he's fighting in Bellator right now. He's the Bellator guy. Other than your Tito Ortiz's, your Chael Sonnen, your ticket sellers who could be washed up and fight 30 years from now, they're still going to sell tickets. This guy's the actual fighter that's selling tickets,
I'm actually going to have to change my second pick because I mentioned on the last show, my second pick could very well go to UFC, don't get me wrong. Neiman Gracie. Man, he won the belt at Bellator. Trains out of Stumbowski's gym up there in the Northeast, up around Connecticut. Stumbowski, for those who don't know, he's one of the very, very few people that got his black belt under Holmes Gracie before his passing, and so he's got this really strong, just fighting lineage. I think he brings the Gracie name into the UFC and does it in fashion. You know, he's not really a guy like this. You know, the Gracies have always got this kind of like controversy around them a lot of times, but I think that Neiman Gracie is one that he could bring in. So that's my two. Rafael Lovato Jr. and Neiman Gracie. I think. I don't know if they want to go to the UFC, if that's their goal, but I think you could very well see them there, and they could definitely perform.
Definitely. My second pick, I had Michael Page. My second pick's Bubba Jenkins, two-time collegiate All-American,
Big time right there.
national champion, phenomenal wrestler. I'm talking top of the line, man. When you start getting that D1 collegiate, national champion.
Oh, they're ready.
You're there.
The way wrestling has become is just unreal because the rule set, the way wrestlers think, the way they have to cut, the way they have to do it, show up, perform. They've got the rounds. I mean, it's just boom.
They got a good head start.
They've got a good head start on a lot of people.
Mental toughness is there, but this guy's currently, I believe, 4-0. He's fighting in Bellator. He's 4-0. All 4 wins are by stoppage. So that this guy's he's intense. He's looking for the stoppage. He's not coming in playing it safe, obviously. But I think this is a guy you'll hear that name within the next year and a half.